Hello, beautiful. Today I wanted to really just dive in and talk about energy. Specifically, I want to talk about how we can protect our energy and set boundaries in our high ticket coaching business as we sell high ticket coaching offers. One of the mistakes we make in our business, and I do it all the time, is not separating who we are and who we're being in the world from our business and who our business is and what it is for us in the world as a service engine, as a mode of sharing our value in the world. And when we compromise our energy, whether it's our physical energy, our spiritual energy, our mental energy, emotional energy, whatever energy it is, we compromise our business, we compromise the work we do and how we show up in the world. We compromise our profitability, we compromise creating a sustainable, long-term, going concern business that supports us to share the gifts that we have to share in the world and to make the difference that we want to make in the world. So here's the thing. I was talking to a client and she was upset because certain things had happened with her email list that had kind of turned her off to doing her email, which was one of the biggest sources of her marketing and one of the biggest funnels for bringing her ideal aligned clients. And she was judging herself based on this one thing that had happened. I've talked to women who create goals and lose energy or get into really low energy mode when their goals are not met. So today I want to share, the 7 tips that I have, that I use with clients, that I use in my own business, of how to protect your energy. And then I'm going to share the 7 questions that I ask women to consider when they're going through a period of low energy, low vibe, or I don't want to do the thing, or being inconsistent or procrastinating their business. These 5 questions will help you to shift your energy, to get back into who you need to be in the world, to do the work that God is calling you to do in the world, okay? If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dabo. I'm a high-ticket business coach, and I support spiritual women coaches to co-create profitable high-ticket business models so that they can quickly, gracefully, and peacefully make multiple 6 figures or 7 figures in their business and do all the good they're meant to do in the world. Here we go. So the first tip I really have for protecting your energy and who you're being in the world is this one. You need to know who you are and whose you are. So as a spiritual woman coach, you need to know who you are in Christ. And you're the righteousness of God. As the righteousness of God, your worth, your value, your self-worth is not tied to your income goal, it's not tied to your sales goal, it's not tied to your client goal, and it's not tied to anything in your business. It's not tied to how much you charge. It's not tied to anything. Your worth as a person, as a human, is completely separate and distinct from your goals in your business. Let me explain this. So I had a client who had decided that she was going to do Facebook Lives, and for each social media activity, for everything, every marketing metric in the business, I do KPIs. And I always say, if you're going to do 50 lives this quarter, how much money in cash are you going to create from those 50 lives? Because I don't do that in the metrics. So if you're doing something, I expect that there's a return. And so I support clients to create that expectation that they're not just chasing numbers or chasing likes or chasing comments on Facebook, and they're actually creating money, because every activity you do in your business needs to lead to a money funnel, needs to lead to a value impact funnel. And so she had created this goal that for 50 Facebook Lives, she was going to create 5 clients and it was going to be X amount of dollars. So at the end of the 50 lives, she did not create 5 clients. She created 1 client and did not have the income goal. She did not meet the income goal she had set for herself. And all of a sudden, everything shut down. It was like, I am not worthy. I am not a good coach. I'm a bad coach. I can't do sales. I can't do marketing. My life sucks. I'm not a coach. I should just go get a job. I should go do this. I should go do that. Look, her entire value and self-worth was tied to those goals. So my consideration has always been, don't focus on the goal. Focus on who you're becoming in achieving that goal. So focus on the skills you're learning being on camera, the skills you're learning as you dial in your messaging and talk to your people, your ideal aligned clients. Focus on the skills that you're getting as you're ramping up your marketing. You're getting so comfortable on camera. You're learning how to do these lives. Focus on the skills you're learning being consistent. showing up every day or once a week or twice a week, keeping your word, being in integrity with your word. Focus on everything you're learning, everything you're improving in your business, in your life, in yourself, as you work towards that goal. That's the metric that I invite you to consider measuring. How many Facebook Lives did you do compared to what you said you were going to do? Are you meeting your goals? Are you doing your part? Because you can only control the part that you have to do. And when you show up for that consistently, even if you don't get that client, you have improved 100 other things in your business and in your life. You have gained skills, communication skills, speaking skills, camera skills, editing skills if you edit your videos. There's so many things that you can measure apart from the client or the money. Because when you focus, what you focus on expands. If you focus on, I didn't get the client, you're not going to get the client. If you focus on, I didn't make $100,000 this month, you're not going to make $100,000. But if you focus on actually creating the 50 videos, you focus on creating the 50 lives, you focus on creating the 50 blog posts, you focus on creating the thing, you get better and better and better at it, and you get mastery. And that is way more important and way more significant for you and your business in the long term than what you did this month, than what you created this month, than how much profits you made this month. You're a long-term business. You're in this for the long haul. It's a long-term game, okay? So it doesn't matter what happens this month. Focus on the metrics that you control. Show up and do the live. Publish the blog. Send out that email. Do the thing you committed to do, and it all evens out. Protect your energy. You are a child of the Most High God. You are not tied. Your value is not based on anything but who He says you are in Him. So that's the first tip. The second tip has to do with emails. Again, it was another client who, she had a couple of unsubscribes in 1 week, and I think it was like a high percentage of unsubscribes that week. And her entire life was falling apart because, oh my God, I pour my heart and my soul into these emails and I want them to love it. I get it. My business is one of my babies, okay? I love it. I put my heart and my energy into it. At the same time, I am not focused on who is subscribing or unsubscribing. That metric is important for a different day. I don't check every day to see who unsubscribed. I mean, you're gonna get probably a percentage of people unsubscribing every time you send an email selling something, first of all. So get used to that. And it doesn't matter. Your energy and who you are is not tied to who's subscribing and unsubscribing. Pour your energy into sharing value. Pour your energy into making the impact that you want in the world. And people who want it will receive it. You really want to consider that. The people who unsubscribe from your list need to do that. It is negative energy for them to be on the list. And plus, Gmail or Hotmail doesn't really like that, because if they don't open your emails or they keep deleting your emails, you might go to the junk file. So let them unsubscribe. You want to narrow your tribe and talk to the people who want to work with you, who are your raving fans, who want to hear what you have to say, who love listening to you even when you're extra and too much. Those are the people you want on your list. So let people unsubscribe if they want to do that. And you need not be affected by that, because it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's just business, okay? So protect your energy and don't fall into the trap of, oh my gosh, I must be a bad coach. I'm not going to write another email again. Then she went 2 weeks without sending out emails just because a few people unsubscribe. It's good for them to go. Attract your people, not the world. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is get a life. Seriously. Take a break from your business every now and then. Get a life. Have some hobbies, some interests, some passion, something that stimulates you, that gives you some creative flow in your business, that helps you to step away and come back rejuvenated and full of more life and ready to just pour into your clients. Because if you don't pour into yourself, there's nothing for you to pour into the world. You cannot create the impact you make when you're under the covers, broken, tired, irritated, annoyed, and all of those things, because your energy, you've completely given your energy away and giving your power away. Because every time you give your energy away, you dull yourself in your energy, you're giving your power away in your business for what? For nothing. So get a life. Find a hobby, find an interest, find something that stimulates you and is fun. I know business is fun. I could coach all day, every day, every single minute of every day. But I don't. I am a fashion designer. I love to sew. So my sewing machine is my best friend. I love playing with color. I love painting. I love reading. I read 125 books a year. I love watching my shows on TV. I don't watch the news, but I do watch all my shows on TV. I love hanging out with my daughter. I love playing. I love doing different things. There's so many interests and passions that I have. I love to travel. So coaching is fun, but it's one of the fun things in my life. Okay? So coaching is fun and it's a zone of genius. So I love to do it. But I have multiple zones of genius and multiple things that I love to do every day. So I take myself out of my business, and I invite you to do that, to just separate yourself time and time again and give yourself the space to rejuvenate and come back full of more creativity, full of more ideas, full of more wisdom. Spend time with the Lord, spend time meditating, spend time with God. Go for a walk, do things that are going to fill your cup. Find things to do that you enjoy that actually fill your cup, not things that are going to drain you. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the 7 questions to ask. So that's tip number 3. Get a life, okay? Do something else. Tip number 4 is say no more. Say no, N-O. Create that boundary. No is a complete sentence. What I've seen, and I used to do this too, and I see clients do this, I see colleagues, and I even see family members doing this, is always saying no and then having to explain or feeling bad that you're going to upset someone or hurt their feelings because you say no. No, N-O, is a complete sentence, and you owe no explanation for saying no. It's because you said so. Okay? That's it. You don't feel bad it's a $1 million boundary. You don't feel bad and feel like you have to explain yourself because you say the words N-O. It's no. Because it's no. That's it. Be unapologetic. No flexibility around no. It's no. Okay? That's number 4. Number 5 is to celebrate every win. So my first coach had to work with me probably for 3 years on this before I really grew into it, because I thought, I am not going to celebrate the little wins along the way. I just want to get the goal, and then I'll celebrate. I don't want to take time to celebrate this tiny thing that I made 10 calls this week. No, I'll celebrate when I get the client. I'll celebrate when the client says yes, and I'll celebrate when I pay for the first person to go to college, when I celebrate with my charity. And my coach invited me to consider celebrating every single step of the journey. And it was exciting because at every step I was more inclined, I was more motivated, I was more inspired to take the next step because I saw the first win. And every little win adds up. It's like when I'm sewing, I don't celebrate every seam or every French stitch I make. I wait until I finish the skirt or the dress or the hat or the jewelry or the necklace, and then I celebrate. But now I celebrate when I do the hem. I'm like, oh, I finished 30 hems today, and I celebrate that. So you get to choose how you celebrate it. Maybe when an email comes in from a client or someone saying, hey, I had a great win, this is what happened, celebrate it. Maybe you did 5 calls today, celebrate that. Maybe you did all 50 lives, or maybe you did your first live or your second one or your third one. I celebrate every video I make because I know what it took for me to get on camera the first time. And I celebrate every time I sit here, every time I press publish, every time I hit record. I celebrate every moment because it inspires and motivates me to create the next one. It inspires and motivates me to keep marketing, to keep selling, to keep creating impact. It inspires me when I know everything I'm doing is leading to another kid being able to go to college, to another kid being able to get medicine, a treatment for cancer without having to worry about the money. So every minute of everything I do counts because it's all going towards my big goal. So what is your big goal? And what are all the moments along the way that you can celebrate your little wins? That way you're dazzled and delighted and you're full of joy, and every moment counts because the journey, this experience, this is all of it. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, these are the points that we're going to remember. And these are the moments that make it count, that make what we do worth it. Not the big, mighty impact, but the moments along the way to that impact and the impact itself. So think about that. What can you celebrate every day? Number 6 is to create a morning and an evening routine. And I did this like not really consistently, but for the last 2.5 years, I've done this. So I wake up at 4 every morning and I have a 2-hour morning routine where I meditate and I do my prayers and I spend time with the Lord. And I read a book after. And then at night, I have an evening routine where I wind down everything I'm doing by 7:30, and I'm in bed asleep at 7:45 p.m. Eastern every single night. It's non-negotiable, except when there's an emergency. Sometimes that happens and I have to stay up. But otherwise, that's my routine. And so it creates structure in my day. It allows me to have systems in place that make sure that I'm up at 4, and now I can jump out of bed at 4. It's normal to me, because I get 2 hours. By the time my daughter wakes up, it feels like I've been up all day, and I started my day already, and I have all the energy in the world to do this. But I also go to bed at 7:45 Eastern so that I can wake up at 4 a.m. I don't compromise that at all, okay? So create a morning routine. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. It could be 5 minutes. It could be journaling, praying, dancing, singing, relaxing with a cup of tea, whatever it is. I do hot water with lemon and vinegar and a little bit of cayenne pepper every morning with my after I'm done meditating, and then I do yoga and work out for 15 minutes every day. So figure out like what works for you. What's your morning routine? I don't care if you have to run out in the cold, get a cold shower, run into the middle of the ocean and come back. Whatever it is, do something so that you ease yourself into the day. Like I cannot imagine getting up my day, rushing and going, okay, let's go to school, Cece, let's do this, let's get breakfast. No, I'm unavailable for that. So find a way to get into your day gracefully, so that, because how you started your day is how your day is going to go. So when you ease into your day gracefully, no matter what comes, you're prepared for it, because you already have the structures in place to be able to accommodate whatever comes your way, okay? So figure out, seek God's wisdom on like how to do this. I prayed about it, I meditated, and that's what came to me. Wake up at 4, spend time with me, and then go to bed at 7:45 and sleep like a baby. It works out. So figure out what works for you. Create a morning routine or an evening routine, or both. It doesn't really matter. Or maybe you're not a morning person, create an afternoon routine. Maybe you can take a break and go for a walk. Maybe you can go to brunch with a friend on the weekend. Like figure out something that works for you that's going to energize you and raise your energy up, okay? That's number 6. And number 7 is a big one for many coaches because they feel like this is the core of all their marketing. And number 6 is to limit the amount of time you spend on social media, the amount of time you spend scrolling. I personally don't do social media, but if something you do and you convince yourself that that's how your business sustains itself and grows, then find a way to make it more productive for you. So you're not spending all day on social media and being bombarded with so much stuff. So that social media and the news are the same thing for me. So I've never watched the news, but if the news is something that you need to watch, protect your energy. You can watch it, but do not inundate yourself with it. Because I can always tell when clients have been watching the news, and I can tell what channel they've been watching based on how they feel. So protect your energy. If social media and the news are things that are negative impacting your life, and that's depleting and draining your energy, is it really worth it to use it or depend on it for more than work? I'm not telling you to stop watching the news or not watch or not be on social media. That's a personal decision I made when I was a teenager, and I'm close to 50 now, and I have not done that in over 32 years. So I'm pretty sure I can survive without the news or social media. But if you need that for your business, then consider doing it in a way that doesn't drain your energy, deplete you, or leave you feeling like crap. So that's it. The first one, know who you are in Christ. You're a child of the Most High God. You're the righteousness of God in Christ. Your value is not tied to any business metric. Your value is who God says you are and whose you are. Know that, really know that. Your value is not tied to the metrics in your business. 2, your email list is an email list. Nurture them. Don't take it personally when they leave. It's okay. You don't own people, and people have the right to leave when they want to, and when they leave, it's doing you a favor because you know they're not one of your fans, not one of your aligned clients. The third thing is to get a life, okay? Number 4, boundaries. Say no. No is a complete sentence. Number 5, celebrate every single win in your life, in your business, in your relationships, whatever. Just celebrate it. Add it up. Make it count. Add it up. Every month, count how many wins you celebrated that month. Number 6, create a morning and or evening routine or an afternoon routine or whatever routine works for you. Create it. Number 7, curate your social media time and your news watching time. Believe me, in my health coaching business, I see the toll this takes on women entrepreneurs, businesswomen, coaches, attorneys, everyone. I see the toll it takes. Social media and the news are the new cigarette. Watch how you consume it, okay? Now let's get to the 7 questions. But first, before we get to the questions, let me know how this is landing for you, what resonates for you. How are you going to implement this and integrate this into your life and your business? Which one of these 7 tips do you look at and think, roll your eyes and go, no? Which one do you look at and think, that's one I think I want to implement or try and see how that works for me? What do you have to lose? So let me know in the comments below. Subscribe and like this video. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, who am I being a slave to? Or what am I being a slave to? I see this a lot, especially in my health coaching business and in this one too. I see a lot of clients who cannot start their day, cannot make that phone call, cannot do the sales call if they haven't had their coffee. Life stops, business stops, everything stops because they cannot have their coffee. I think one time Starbucks ran out of something, I don't know if it was cups or coffee, and I got like 3 text messages telling me, oh my gosh, life is over. Starbucks doesn't have cups today or spoons or whatever it was. And I thought, are you kidding me? And look, I have never tasted coffee, so I don't know the draw, the pull, or how amazing it is. But if coffee is your thing, don't be a slave to coffee or whatever it is that you need to function in the world. Be able to make decisions in your business as a business owner, as a CEO, as a grown woman, without having to rely on something to make you function, whatever that thing is, okay? So who are you being a slave to and what are you being a slave to? What do you need to happen or be around for you to do the work you've committed to do? What do you need to be in integrity with yourself? Because coffee is just coffee. Well, if it's more than coffee to you, my apologies. But I mean, it's a drink, okay? So number 2, what are you watching? Again, I'm not telling you to stop watching the news. If you want to watch the news, watch away, okay? Watch the news. But what are you watching? Like, does it lift you up? Does it light you up? Do you watch it and think, oh my God, I'm so depressed. This is so awful. Or do you watch it and think, oh my gosh, yes, I see opportunities everywhere in my life. It's so amazing. I know exactly what to do in my business right now because I watched this thing. If that's not happening, check and see, what am I watching? Because that affects your energy too. The third thing is, what are you reading? So ask yourself, what am I reading? Are you reading stuff that lights you up, that depresses you? What are you reading? Are you scrolling the obituary in the news every day, in the newspaper every day? Like, what are you reading? Are you reading stuff that motivates you, inspires you, that turns you on, excites you, lights you up in your business and in your life? What are you reading? Are you reading? Are you reading? Read something. What are you listening to? Okay, so here's the thing. Some music is really depressing. I mean, I love country music and I listen to country music all the time, but there are some days I listen to country music and I think, oh my gosh, the dog died, the mother died, the wife left him, the son is evil. Oh my gosh. Then I go, I need something uplifting, and I put on something else. But what are you listening to? It really makes a difference what you listen to, because some things give you life and some things just drain life out of you. So be careful what you're listening to and figure it out, measure like what's working, what's not working, and figure out what's the best thing for you to listen to. Number 5 is, what are you willing to sacrifice? A couple of years ago, I used to go to sleep at 2 a.m. because I was unwilling to sacrifice my murder mystery shows. And it was a time when I used to watch Dateline News. It wasn't news, but the murder mystery shows. And I would stay up and watch all of them, and I wouldn't sleep. And in the morning, I had a coach at 9 o'clock. And I was just drained and tired because I don't drink coffee or caffeine, so I had no energy. And I had to decide, am I willing to sacrifice watching my TV shows at night so I can sleep at 7:45 and get up at 4 a.m. and spend my time with God and be fully alert and awake for the rest of my day? So I had to sacrifice that, and now I don't watch Dateline anymore, the Dateline murder mysteries anymore. all the shows I used to watch, but I now curate things on TV that I love because I love watching television. So I'm not a like anti-TV person. I love TV. So I curate my shows and I watch them when I'm up, when I'm around time and I have time for TV. So I'm willing to sacrifice that so I can sleep and be able to be alert and actually serve and make the impact I want in the world and make the money I want in the world without falling asleep during my sales calls, which I used to do. It was not a good way to do business, trust me. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Is it a TV show? Is it going out to happy hour every day? There's certain things you have to give up to have consistent business practices. Some things just have to go. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Because if there's nothing you're willing to sacrifice for your business, that says everything about your intentions for your business. Number 6 is, what are you eating and drinking? What are you putting inside of your body? That creates energy depletion, or it allows you to raise up your energy. I'm not going to tell you what to eat or drink, but you figure it out. What are you eating that drains you, and what can you eat that gives you more life? Okay? And the other thing is, who are you surrounding yourself with? That's number 7. Do the people you surround yourself with make you want to, not be fun and energetic in life? Or do they give you life? And when you get off the phone with them, do you think, wow, I'm energized, I can go do anything right now? You get off the phone with them and you think, oh God, this is worse than Mercury being in retrograde, I have to go lie down. Like, who are you surrounding yourself with? Environment matters. The people in your life matter. The things that you do matter. The things you eat, the things you watch, the things you read, everything matters. So the 7 questions again are, what am I being a slave to? What am I watching? What am I listening to? What am I reading? What am I willing to sacrifice? What am I eating and drinking? And who am I surrounding myself with? All right. So there you go. You have 7 tips to help you raise your energy, create clear boundaries, and sell your high ticket coaching offers with ease. And you have 7 questions to ask yourself every time you see yourself compromising your energy. Raise your energy. Business is not always going to be fun. Nothing is all fun, but you can set yourself up for success by implementing some of these things so that you win all the time. It's been good having you. Let me know in the comments what you resonate with the most. Thank you.